guys, thanks so much for clicking on my channel. We're all smiles over here. I am Will Sandra, like asking a question. Will Sandra help you keep your smile for today? And hopefully the answer is yes, you guys. I'm trying to keep along with y'all. Know if it gets good, I'm gonna keep on talking. The golden nugget today is it can't be stopped. It can't be stopped. What am I talking about? Those of you, some of you guys know, some of you guys don't know. Well, God's source has predestined and ordained things to be in your life. And because of that, it's going to happen. It's going to unfold. It's going to come to you, whether you're 20 years old or 54 years old. It actually depends on you and your mentor or what have you. But it's going to happen. Whatever God has ordained and predestined for your life, it is going to take place, okay? The thing is that everybody are confused. There are some people, I won't say everybody, there are some people who are confused by it. Those certain people are people who are not aligned and connected. The thing is that those people who are outside of your arena, who are not aligned and connected, they have their binoculars and they're looking over and they're seeing a process that's going on with you. Yes, they can sense that something is happening. Shucks, some of them see that it's actually happening in your life, whatever it is, that certain career you got going on, source had ordained for your life, that certain husband, that certain wife that God has ordained and predestined for your life. And they're looking at going, how, and why? Why is it? Because I haven't gotten it. I don't have it. We went to the same high school, went to the same college. How they get that and I don't have it? I don't understand. I've been doing this. I've been doing that. I have this many degrees. They only have that. They don't have any degrees. How and why? Why? So they are confused. They're feeling like they've been cheated. They feel like they've been cheated, in other words. And they've been asking the question, and they don't understand. They don't understand. So what do? They get into their negative funk because they're not aligned and connected, and they're thinking negative, and they're saying all these things about you, they're doing all these things, and they end up forming a wrench. They end up forming a wrench out of all that negativity that they think of you, about you. And what do? They toss it over into your arena to try to throw a wrench in what God has. But surprise, ha ha ha, joke's on you. This can't be stopped. What God has for me you can't put pause on this. You can't stop this at all. It's going to keep going. It's going to keep going. I'm going to get what it is that belongs to me. That source is ordained and predestined for me. And that's what I'm telling you guys. I don't know what wrench was thrown in your schedule today, but I'm here to tell you that it can't be stopped. Sugarfoot, my brother, my sister, my co-worker, all of you guys, all smiles, subscribers, and those who are watching, it cannot be stopped. When you are aligned and connected with source, which means source is what? At the forefront of your life, moving in and through you, thus you're able to move around in your journey with clarity, and thus you are synced up with source. To two of you are one. Can't nobody stop you. Can't nobody stop what God has for you at all. Not even yourself. Why? Because you're aligned and connected. You're thinking positive, you're thinking possible, and you know that everything is working out for you. Thus, you're getting everything that God has ordained and predestined for your life. So that's the good news about that thing. But the thing is, they throw this wrench that has been created out of negativity into the mix, and they actually think it's going to stop. But really, only thing that could happen when they throw the wrench is that it started you a little bit, because you're not expecting it. It's going to start you a little bit, almost as if you're walking, going for a walk, and you're seeing the beautiful trees, the cherry blossom trees or the magnolia trees, and you're walking, you're enjoying the view, and then a gnat zzz, or a fly zzz, come across you and go, oh, what was that? And then you realize, oh, that's just a fly, and you go on about your business, seeing the magnolia tree, you seeing the cherry blossom tree and all that stuff, and the palm trees. You go on about your view. Why? Because you just realize, oh, it was just a fly. I swatted that. Oh, that's just a fly. I'm gonna keep on moving. Same thing. When they throw that wrench into the mix or what have you, you're going to be able to swat it, because you're going to be able to know, oh, this is just a distraction. This is just haterade. This is just distraction. So you swat it out of the way and you keep on about your business, being positive, staying aligned and connected, being positive, thinking possible, and knowing that everything is working out for you. And so it doesn't bother you. And that's the great news. The thing is that if you're not aligned and connected, my friends, then what will happen once they throw that wrench, then you will start to, in your mental, begin to think or resonate on the same thing that wrench is made out of. And that wrench, you know, that was thrown, it was made out of what? jealousy. It was made out of what make you think you're so special that you can get this and get that and have this and have that. And then you'll start questioning yourself because that wrench was thrown in. Now you're questioning yourself for the same thing that wrench is made out of. I don't know if I should have this big old office. I don't know if I deserve it. I think the cubicle, this office is too big. Why did they hire me again? Why did I get this position? Well, you get to question yourself. You start thinking, well, I came from this family. My family ain't never had nothing like this before. What made me so special? Why did I get it? And you start to question yourself. But the reason why you're questioning yourself about it because you're not aligned and connected, and that's just the resonation of that wrench. So I'm telling you to stay aligned and connected. So when that wrench comes, you could just swat it out of the way and keep on moving about, moving forward in positivity and possibility, things being possible, as well as knowing that it's working out for your good. All right. And listen, those who are not aligned and connected, they'll get over it. How are they going to get over it? They're going to soon come to a place to where they're going to have to get into a lesson, where they will get into a learning lesson to get them to where they're aligned and connected. Because what's really going on with them, you guys, I've been there before, I'm quite sure you've probably been there before, is that sometimes when you're not aligned, well, all the time when you're not aligned and connected, and you see other people getting blessed and you don't quite understand it. Why? Because you're questioning what happened, and how did they get this, and why I don't have that, and you begin to feel as if you have been cheated. You're saying, what made them so special? I'm here to tell you, I have great news. God don't have no respect of person. In other words, he don't favor one more than he does the other. In other words, the thing is that when you align and connected, you have access. That's it. When you're aligned and connected, you just have access. In other words, you have access, which means you have clarity of your eyes, clarity of your ears, clarity of the senses, which means you're able to move about in this journey with clarity, thus having the proper actions to receiving what it is that you are supposed to receive, that God has ordained and predestined for you, which means you now have the seat at what? The table. You have a seat at the table. And that's what people who are not aligned and connected, they don't understand that they too have a seat at the table. The reason why they're not feasting and eating off the things that God has ordained and predestined for them as of right now is because they just haven't plugged in. The reservations have been made. The space is there. It's already paid for. It ain't on their dime. They just don't understand that the only thing they have to do is just get aligned and connected, and then they'll have some clarity about their lives. And then that way they'll see you when they do have that clarity and they're aligned and connected. They'll be congratulating. Oh, congrats on that new, congrats on that good. Instead of going, I don't see how they got that. Now with them being aligned and connected, they'll be congratulating you. Shucks, they'll be being a testimonial service for you, telling everybody about you. Why? Because they happy for you. They're truly genuine happy for you. Why? Because now they're able to see that not just your shell, because that's what a lot of times when people are in line to connect, they only see the shell of you. They only see this human formation of you. They don't understand that behind you, that's what's backing you, what's in you is source. Is that force of source, because the two of you are one. Thus, there is energy, there is power, there is possibilities upon possibilities upon all that's at your fingertips that you can grasp. You understand? So when they actually get to a place where they are aligned and connected, they'll be able to see just more than just your shell. So when you get that promotion, you get that new house, you get that healing, they won't be looking at you sideways like, wait, they didn't have a degree for that. How they get? They'll be like, congrats. Oh, I'm so happy for you. You get what I'm saying? So don't worry about them. Eventually they will get it. I'm just here to remind you on this beautiful day is that can't nobody stop it. It can't be stopped at all. You're going to get everything that is that's due you, that is yours, that God has ordained and predestined for you. And I'm not just talking about those requests that you've already put in. I'm talking about all the other good that you don't even know about. Y'all know I always talk about just because blessings. I'm talking about the just because blessings, the requests you put in, and all the other stuff that God has lined up for this year, for next year, the year after that, every single year of your life on this particular month, whatever month, whatever day, whatever hour, you're going to receive that thing. You just stay plugged in. Stay plugged in. In other words, when you're staying plugged in, y'all know you're going to keep that mental on point. In other words, you're going to always be thinking positive. You're going to always be thinking possible. You're going to always know that everything is always working out for you. In other words, you know that, listen, ain't no way you can lose. Ain't no losing in this game when you're aligned and connected. Ain't no losing. There's no losing. So you're going to get exactly what is yours, what God has ordained and predestined for your life. So if you got a wrench thrown in your schedule today, just know it started you a little bit, but keep it moving. Keep it moving with that positive thinking, that possible thinking, and knowing that everything is going to work out for you, okay? Put a smile on your face. Continue smiling. And I'm not going to keep y'all much longer after that, but I hope y'all really got the gist of it. It can't be stopped. It really can't. It really can't. You're going to get exactly what you're supposed to have, okay? Keep that in mind. Be encouraged. And I'm going to share this with you guys. I got something else to share with you. Yesterday, our kids had MPA, which means they had to go with the band, and the judges judged them on, critiqued them on their playing and what have you. And they had MPA, and it lasted until like 10 last night, right? So my husband and I was like, oh, we get to do 2 date nights in a week, right? So we decided to go out to eat. We went to Bahama Breeze, and when we got there, I noticed that there was a whole family sitting on the left side of us, and this y'all left on the left side of us, and I first noticed that there was this little baby boy, and he was jumping up. You know, the young lady was tossing him up, and he was jumping. Oh, and he was having a good time, just smiles and smiles. And y'all know I'm just intrigued by smiles and positivity and stuff. And I was just smiling. I was saying, hey, how's it going? Hey, hi, hey, cutie, just talking to him, you know, because our kids are grown now. You get what I'm saying? And I saw him, and I was just smiling. So we went on about, you know, us talking, us having a good time, my husband and I. And they were leaving. I hadn't even noticed that they were leaving. And my husband and I was in the middle of the conversation. But what happened was there was another young boy that was at their table. But I didn't really see. I saw him a little bit, but I didn't really see him. I was focused on on a toddler. And they were leaving, and my husband was in the middle of the conversation. And the young boy came by, and he was waving at us, and he had this huge smile on his face, and I was smiling. I was like, hi, and he asked us what was my name, what was my husband's name. I gave him my name, my husband gave him his name, and he was just smiling, and he was just, you know, he just had source all through it in him, okay? And he gave my husband a dap, in other words, like this. And I was just smiling, looking at his mom. I was like, yeah, he's always like this. I was like, oh, wow, what a beautiful. Then I realized we didn't ask him his name. I was like, what's your name? His name was Zion. And it made totally sense to me, you guys, because that much love had to come from Zion. You get the pun. You see what I'm talking about? And I was like, the fact they didn't know us, and his mom, I think she gave me her name, but I don't remember. But y'all, she was so lovely as well. Their whole family was loving. And I just knew they were aligned and connected. But that Zion, he came over just issuing out hugs and smiles as if it was our birthday or something, okay, you guys? And I just knew that. I said, Zion is obviously connected. They all are, because this is the thing. When you are truly aligned and connected, then you smiling at somebody, you saying hello to somebody, or you thinking positive and being happy for somebody, it's not contingent on whether or not if you know them. You get what I'm saying? It's just bursting out of you because you're aligned and connected. It's just so much to give because you're aligned and connected. And you're not thinking about, oh, they're not related to me, or I don't know them from a hill of beans. You just resonate and relate and see, I see some light over there. So I want to shed my light and join my light with them as well. And that is what happened on last night, you guys. Zion came over to the table with his mom, and he was just giving out hugs and smiles and, you know, kadaps or whatever, with handshakes and stuff. And it was just such a blessing. We had a conversation with his mom, and they just are beautiful people. I don't know, Zion, you guys, I don't know if you guys are going to watch this, but if you do watch it, I just want to tell you that we are so elated and happy that you stopped by, and not even knowing us from a hill of beans, to give us those beautiful smiles and talk to us, and just, you know, just be a blessing to us on top of blessings or what have you. You know, I really do appreciate you guys. So I just want to say that, and you guys make sure you continue to share like Zion does, you know, and like his family does, giving smiles even if you don't know the person, saying hey and have a great day and have a nice day or have a blessed day, or just saying a prayer. Even if you see a person in the grocery store and you maybe didn't get a chance to say anything to them, but you remember the face. So when you do your meditations or you pray, you include that face in. You may not be able to call them by name, but you're able to say, that source, that person I saw at Winn-Dixie, I saw at Publix or Whole Foods, bless them, bless their family, work it out for them. Give them strength to stay aligned and connected. Do that for them. But y'all, it was such a blessing to us. And we just talked about him. I was like, Zion's doing all that because he's truly connected. And I was like, wow. Because there's some adults, I've been there before, where you don't see a person, you like, I ain't speaking to them. I don't know them. I'm gonna keep on going. You do get to that point where when you're an adult, you get into that space. But y'all, that was such a blessing for Zion to come and visit us. Doesn't that sound good? Zion came to visit me. Y'all see the point of that? On Zion. It just made sense that when his mom said his name was Zion, I just got chills. I was like, this makes perfect sense. This makes perfect sense. But y'all, I just want to leave that with you. Continue to be nice and continue to stay aligned and connected with everybody. Not with everybody, but with source, y'all. I got a lot of stuff in my mind right now. But listen, continue to stay aligned and connected. And I hope y'all did get the gist of it, that it can't be stopped. What's yours is yours. What God has ordained and predestined for you, you're going to get it. And continue to share those smiles. Okay, continue to share those smiles and continue to pray for those who are not yet aligned and connected and they kind of questioning what's going on with you. Just keep praying for them. God, source is going to get them lined up and connected, and they're going to be cheering you on and be spreading your good with other people to help boost and encourage them. So listen, keep it moving with your positivity, your possibilities, and knowing that it's working out, and your smiles. Okay, I'll talk to y'all soon. I hope y'all got the gist of it. If you take just a little bit of what I'm telling you and apply to your life to the best of your ability, you won't ever have the masculine smile. Why? Because your smiles will always be genuine. I'll talk to y'all soon. Be blessed, stay blessed, be blessed, stay blessed, be blessed, stay blessed. Y'all know what's coming next. Ciao.